Hey, this is Lotus Comics Press. I'm Chad Elijah. I'm here with Mr. Phil Brown here from Little Feet. How you doing today, sir?
It's good. How about you?
Pretty good. Now, tell me, I hear that you got a lot of different options going on. You're actually moving from out of state, I guess.
Moving to Nashville on Monday.
Well, tell us a little bit about that.
Half my band is there. I have a record out. It's called This Record. It's Imaginisce. And several other records that led to me joining this group in Nashville. All great players, all seasoned pros, and it was just time to go.
Very cool. Very cool. So how long have you been in Oakland City?
A little over a year.
A little over a year?
Love your city. Love your city.
So tell me a little bit about some of the music stuff that you guys are able to talk about publicly.
This is a record I have out. It's called the Jimi Project. I took a bunch of Hendrix songs and messed with them and changed them. So if you like David Bowie and Tony Bennett with some Jeff Beck stuff thrown in,
oh yeah,
get a kick out of that.
Absolutely.
And this is a record that a few years ago that Eric Clapton got a couple of songs off of. I went to Europe and got a record deal. I was a songwriter for a lot of years here.
Very cool.
In the United States, and lived in Los Angeles. My attorney said, "Why don't you come here?" I'm happy I came here to Oklahoma City. You have such an incredible history of fantastic musicians that came in here. Jazzers, rockers, country people. I never knew it till I got here.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of history down in Nashville, so I can understand why you're going down there. I mean, as far as music, how did you actually get started with the music business in general?
I was a little kid and I was classically trained as a violinist in a little town called Los Alamos, New Mexico, where they made the atomic bomb. And I started playing when I was around 6 years old. Discovered the guitar when I was 7 and stayed classically trained all through high school. And then just something about the rock and roll lifestyle,
right? And
being free to create music. I've always been a songwriter, so one thing just led to another. And I look back and I'm thinking, I don't think this was an accident. You know, usually the music chases you instead of you chasing the music, and it's been a pretty wild journey so far.
Well, back in the day, like, did you play a different style of music than you're actually playing today? Or?
It's sort of an amalgamation of the same stuff that just grows as you play. A little bit of jazz, a lot of rock, a lot of blues.
Right.
I love the rhythm of hip hop and street stuff. When it has some ghetto in it, I just like it because that's all the stuff that lasts.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah. So if anyone tells you, if you're 60 years old or any age, that your dream can't come true, they're lying.
Well, yeah, here at Lotus Comics, we actually affiliate with that because we kind of like ran our dream here at Lotus Comics. If you ever want to do an interview, let us know. And I'll explain that later. But here for now, Mr. Brown, so what can you actually see as far as, is there different genres that you haven't played in that maybe you'd like to get started with or anything like that?
There's really nothing I haven't played, from jazz to hardcore bebop to fusion music like Mahavishnu, English invasion blues that were traditionally made famous by Zeppelin, Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton from the Cream. And there was a seminal band in the 60s called the Yardbirds that I loved, and another band here.
I know that band.
You know
yeah.
Band?
Yeah,
there's another band here in America called the Moby Grape. They were really tremendous. So I just grew up with music my whole life. It's really been something. Oh my God, look at that. We've got an amazing dessert here. Part of the rock and roll lifestyle.
Very nice, very nice. Well, so as far as, what would you say your favorite CD is out of all three of these?
That's really hard. They all fit. I sell equal amount of CDs at gigs and online, and since there's going to be a website that you can go to philbrownrocks.com, which is my new website. I really love this record. I went to Germany. It took me about 5 years to make this. Here's a little news for you. This is a famous photographer from Europe, Manuel Nuata, but the rear picture is even a more famous photographer. I'll think of it right now. He shot the first 2 years of Rolling Stone magazine.
Okay.
Many, many years ago, Baron Woolman. We became really good friends, and I was in Santa Fe, and he lives there. We went and shot a bunch of pictures and picked those. I don't really have a favorite. There's songs I like that are favorite off of these records, but they all tell a story. I wanted to have a beginning and a middle and a record album like you'd watch a movie. And instead of it being background music, I wanted you to sit down with your headphones or whatever you want to listen to and go, okay, I get what the story of this guy is. This is called Imaginisce, and I tell a story about this. What if one of the world leaders showed up at the United Nations and said, you know, it's really a great day. We're talking about fighting and stopping fighting. My wife's in a hotel across town. I need to get over there and make love to her. Imagine this. What would happen if the whole world stopped and made an hour of love?
Nice.
So that's
Very
what I'm
nice.
thinking.
Well, so tell me the weirdest story you've been through as far as what, you know, your journey throughout the history of doing music. Do you have a weird story that we can share on your LotusComics.com?
A story that went on for a long time. I'm sober 27 years. I used to be a junkie. And I went and found myself at 35 years old not doing too well. A lot of health issues. So I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take drugs. Whatever you focus on, you create. Whatever you focus on. So there's a saying from that I use. I learned from Marcus Aurelius, a famous Roman emperor. I think it was 178 AD, long time ago,
yeah.
2,000 years ago. He said that everyone wants to be happy, but he said that happiness was an effect. And his quote is, it's not a cause.
Interesting.
He says, happiness is a direct result of great thinking along lines of excellence. So if you think really good about what you really want, keep your mind off what you don't want, you will create that. It'll come after you. Versus if you think stuff that isn't so good, you're going to end up walking in it.
Kind of like the law of attraction, a little bit?
Not a little bit, a lot. That's
a lot.
True, yeah.
Yeah, very cool, man.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's been a big change. That's probably the biggest story of my life. And again, I'm going to tell you, if you have a dream, you got to believe in it, no matter what. Don't let people talk you out of anything. Just keep doing it.
Okay.
Like you want to be a big journalist?
Yeah.
You are one.
Thank you.
Okay, we're sitting here talking, and did you always want to do this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you're doing it.
Yes, sir.
Good for you.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Well, this is Mr. Brown. This is Lotus Comics Press. I'm Chad Elijah.
I could be the stealer. I'm gonna steal